All right, guys, so this is really interesting. Dean Phillips, assuming his presidential campaign doesn't work out, running in the Democratic Party, I should say, Dean Phillips is apparently open to a no-labels run. So in other words, running as an independent, as either an, I guess it would be more independent. There is no no-labels party. So running as an independent and going right to the general election and trying to win that way. Quote, why would we not consider that? That's what Dean Phillips said. The long-shot Democratic candidate said he must stay open to other ways to defeat Donald Trump. Dean Phillips doubled down on a potential third-party bid, telling New Hampshire voters that he'd consider running on the no-labels ticket as long as the data supports it to defeat the most dangerous man in the world. Phillips, who is running a long-shot presidential primary against Joe Biden, said he planned to take his primary bid all the way to the convention, but he left the door open to a third-party bid, an effort that national Democrats have actively worked against. I'm not going to turn my eye blindly, like all my colleagues are doing, to other ways that we might still defeat Donald Trump. Whether it is a third-party entity, if they have data that shows that by putting up a certain candidate who could actually take votes away from Donald Trump, if it is a Trump-Biden matchup, why would we not all consider that? National Democratic groups and leaders have worked to undermine No Labels' effort, arguing that their potential candidate would undercut Biden's bid, but No Labels hasn't formally declared who will represent them. Though they worked to recruit Senator Joe Manchin and former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan, No Labels national co-chair Joe Lieberman suggested Nikki Haley, but the former South Carolina governor quickly shot down the idea. Why? Because the Republicans will fall in line behind Trump. If need be, they will do that. Phillips drew some of his biggest applause for his attacks on the Democratic National Committee and Biden for reordering the presidential nominating calendar, which stripped New Hampshire of its delegates by running an unsanctioned first-in-the-nation primary. I'm seeing the DNC employ practices that are not just anti-democratic, but I think despicable, dangerous, and maybe even illegal, Phillips said. If they're not going to deny the opportunity to have a competition, I will keep going. If they are going to deny the opportunity to have a competition, I'll keep going. That's interesting. So again, the argument is like, if you treat me poorly, yeah, maybe I will run third party, and that'll fuck you over. Now, he says that, but then he also says, I would only run if the data supports me running would mean Trump doesn't win. Well, on that front, there's never going to be a set of facts where you running would make it less likely Trump wins, right? So we already have Jesus. How many candidates do we have now? We already have what will likely be Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Cornel West, Jill Stein, RFK. Am I missing anybody? I don't know. I feel like I'm missing somebody. But if you have all that, Joe Manchin's been flirting with it, right? I don't, like, first of all, it's going to be a mess, right? Everything's going to be a fucking mess. But at the end of the day, what I think is most likely is Trump's supporters are the most hardcore and diehard. And there's not that many of them, but there's enough where if there is a race where all these people are on the ballot, and it's like 5 of them, almost certainly Trump wins, right? Because all of the defecting votes definitely come more out of Biden's share than come out of Trump's share. Because again, Trump's supporters are the most hardcore. So I don't see a scenario where it unfolds where Dean Phillips has a chance to win running as a no-labels candidate, or Dean Phillips running hurts Trump more. I just don't see that. So I don't know, man. But you get the sense everything's sort of falling apart at the seams here. And people are so disgusted by the idea of Trump versus Biden that, like, there's like these desperate attempts to please have it be somebody else and not a rematch. But it's like we're all spiraling towards the doom scenario that none of us actually want, but we all feel is inevitable. And so, I don't know, but it's, even him jumping in when he did jump in, I give him credit for trying to take on Biden, but it was very late in the process, and it's like, what are we doing here? So, I don't know, but I'm still waiting for the plot twist. I feel like we're watching a reality show, and there's a plot twist that is inevitable, but it never fucking comes. It hasn't come yet. I like Biden to die, or Trump to go to prison, or something. I'm waiting for a plot twist. When we were watching that debate, Newsom versus DeSantis, I felt like I hate both of these fuckers, but I'd also much rather have them be the nominees than Biden and Trump. And I'm just waiting for something. Something's got to give, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm doing wishful thinking right now. I'm curious what y'all think. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.